Introducing the original Wooloo, Bessie, the cow from Harvest Moon. Look how cute she is. It's funny as I could use the sheep from Harvest Moon, but no. Bessie, look at her. Look at her. Moo. Moo. I do that too often. Welcome back, friends. LostScarf here, and it's time for just a gaming vlog. Nothing personal to talk about, nothing in the world to talk about. There are things, but it's E3, so let's talk about game things. So, my list just disappeared. Oh, okay. So, what is there to talk about? Well, right now, just saw the Jedi Fallen Order, so talk about that really quick. Can't help, but it's the age we live in, where you have to compare things to other things to get some idea what you're talking about. And Fallen Order, Jedi Fallen Order, best way to describe it's probably like Sekiro and Soulsy in a bit. It looks like you got a health bar thing, you got limited health, rolling around, dodging around, climbing around. The reason why I say more Sekiro is because the climbing around, also because there is deflection, things like that. This takes place, of course, after the Jedis have been wiped out, or getting wiped out, because you're one of the last Jedis. So that's cool. And watching it, things flow pretty well for the most part. It's mostly organic. Some movements don't feel perfect, but they feel pretty good. I'm excited to see what they do with Jedi powers and things like that. Very, very interested. It just looks fun. It definitely looks like it'll be fun. They definitely got the music down. It feels like Star Wars for sure. They have that, and it'll just be how long is the campaign going to be, and how good is it going to be. That's really it. But as a start, it looks good. E3 in general, I'm not super enthusiastic this year. I don't know why. Last year I was really hype watching. The year before I was really hype watching. This year I'm just kind of don't. I'm not really big on it this year. I'll probably just see the highlights. I think it's because I'm just too busy right now playing games instead of just watching them live. Because the last couple years we watched them live and talked and commented. But I also just feel like right now the communities we're pretty quiet right now. I think that's what's happening. We're just also just E3. I don't know. I don't feel electricity this year. I really don't feel anything. There's gonna be some cool stuff, but there was some really good stuff last year. Oh yeah, isn't it like Sony skipping it, right? Sony's skipping it, and then we got Nintendo Direct. But I think Sony's just skipping it, isn't they? That's probably part of it as well. Of course, last year's was hilariously not great, but yeah, that might be part of it. I don't know. I'll just see the highlights for Xbox. I'll just see the highlights for Bethesda. I'll just see the highlights. That's also part of it too. Is Fallout 76 was just such a drop. And then Rage 2 was such a drop. Enthusiasm for them ain't there right now. Really isn't. Xbox is Xbox. Whatever they have there, I'll see highlights and I'll just get it on the Xbox Pass on PC for the most part. I'm really excited for the Direct. I assume the Direct will, of course, have more Pokemon stuff, more Mario Maker stuff, upcoming games we don't know about. We will probably finally see Prime 4, some footage of that, and probably Animal Crossing, because this is E3, so they should mention Animal Crossing. And my assumption is this is where we'll see the next DLC hero for Smash Brothers. DLC fighter for Smash Brothers. That is my assumption right there. The Direct is while I'm at work, so I have to just not touch Twitter so I can watch it on my own later in the day. Because it's 9 a.m. on Tuesday. I work, so I won't be able to see it live. But, yeah, excited to see what's going to happen out of that. So we'll talk about Nintendo stuff later on. Let's talk about StarCraft. So, StarCraft was doing another first-person shooter. So, back in the day, over a decade ago, they were making a StarCraft Ghost, which is where Nova comes from. And it was going to be on GameCube, and whatever PlayStation was, and whatever Xbox was, whichever one they were at the time. It was going to be on those, and of course on PC. And there was trailer footage, there was gameplay footage. I remember seeing it at at Comic-Con. I was like, this looks pretty good, this looks pretty cool, I can't wait. And then it got scrapped. Apparently they're working on another one, and it gets scrapped again. And it's like, jeez, that is unfortunate. So it gets scrapped again, so they can focus on Overwatch 2 and Diablo 4. So the good news is there's going to be a Diablo 4 and going to be an Overwatch 2. I was surprised they're not just doing an expansion on Overwatch. They're going to do an Overwatch 2 instead. So that's interesting right there. And obviously there's got to be new heroes and everything. And I would assume for Overwatch 2 that they have to do something that changes up the mechanics. they can't just be an extension of one. Like, they can't just have a bunch more heroes and maybe more maps and everything. If it's going to be a 2, it's got to be some innovation going on. You can't just be, oh, it's the same game, but more characters. That would be more of an expansion than a sequel. So we'll see what they do. Because the rule of any sequel is it's got to just be more, but it's got to be more in some way. It's either when it comes to games, it's got to be more in like bigger or just new mechanics or innovation. It's got to be something there that reinvigorates the what's the word here? The franchise. So it's got to be something that reinvigorates Overwatch. I played Overwatch non-stop for like 1 to 2 years, and then I just got burnt out on it, which is going to happen with any game. But yeah, with that, I'm just hoping they'd have some more innovation here. Something new, something bigger. Maybe a story mode, maybe just some new modes to try out, something like that. Something to get me interested and to want to play it again. Like, I love the characters. I've always loved the characters. I've always loved the lore. It's very interesting. But there's never enough of it. And eventually it just wasn't enough to hold me in. I also just got tired of all the salty people. Oh my god. So we'll see about Overwatch 2 for sure. Diablo 4 is Diablo 4. The problem is just Blizzard has not been the best lately. Blizzard has been just screwing over their company pretty bad in some ways, as we know. And so I have not been interested in playing their games lately. Like, I love their games. I love co-op StarCraft. I like playing that a lot. I like playing HOTS. I just like playing their games. But I have not touched their games in maybe half a year or more because of just they've not been the best practices for their people. It's very unfortunate. So it's basically just, in a way, been a boycott. But not really. But it has been. It really has. I'm saying not really because I just play things I already have. I'm not putting any money into it. So, like when I was playing. So, I don't know. But it does give them less people playing, this and that, and so it does deteriorate and dwindle it. So, yeah, I guess it is effectively a boycott on it. And when Diablo 4 comes out and Overwatch 2 comes out, I don't know. I feel like Blizzard's just been pretty bad lately, and see if they get better. And what is it? God, the Epic Store is still terrible. I checked it out again, still not great. Epic's pretty bad. Like, okay, real quick, let's talk about that. Crunch. Crunch is bad always, and we had examples of both versions of Crunch. We had Telltale going like, we need to crunch to survive, and that was awful. And then we have Epic going, we need to crunch to keep the momentum going, and that was awful. So not great. Like, crunch is just not good. Get more personnel or just be smarter in management. That's the thing right there. It's very unfortunate how crunch is utilized and everything and it's done. And we're not going to get too deep into game industry stuff because it's not great. EA's doing their conference right now. I'm not interested. Like, thank God for Epic. I mean, Apex right now for EA. Like, I'll probably talking about Apex Season 2. I've been playing that too much. I have almost 200 hours in Apex Legends. You haven't seen much of it on either channel because I've just been busy with other things. And I've just not been recording it because I'm not, being entertaining. I could do, like, silent recordings, but I'm like, that, I don't know if that's really great. I don't know. But I've been playing the crap out of it. I almost have level 110 in the Battle Pass. I'm at, like, 99. I'll get there before the season ends. And then Season 2 happens. And the rewards seem better for Season 2, so I'm happy about that. And I'm just really enjoying Apex. I'm enjoying it a lot, playing it way too much. Star Wars was talked about. Oh, real quick, Godzilla movie, King of Monsters. Jesus Christ. So, King of Monsters is a push in the right direction, but it's still not great. I'd say, like, there needs to be more ticket sales so we can see the next Godzilla movie, but at the same time, I feel like it's a better DVD watch and a better cut watch. Because the problem with the Godzilla movie is the monsters are fighting, but it keeps cutting to the humans and what they're doing watching the fight. It just keeps cutting to the humans, so you don't really get a good long slugfest with the monsters. It's like, let's say if you watch the Broly movie. Remember, the Broly movie was maybe 60 minutes of pure combat. It gave the people what they wanted. It was Broly, Goku, Vegeta, and some Frieza, and just fight, and that was awesome. Everyone loved it. It was great. It gave the fans what they wanted. Godzilla has some nice fighting in there, but it's maybe 20-30% of the movie. And even then, the humans keep popping up in the middle of it, and it's really distracting. It's very annoying. I didn't care about any of the humans. I didn't care about anyone. I cared about Mothra more than I cared about any of the humans in this movie. And they also just... Millie Bobby Brown is very typecast in that she's 11, but she talks more. That's all she is in this. She's really good at running for her life. She's really good at being scared. She's really good at screaming. So she's quite typecast right now. But it was cool seeing Godzilla fight. It was cool seeing King Ghidorah fight. It was cool seeing Mothra. It was cool seeing Rodan. Just cool seeing all this stuff happening. But then the humans just kept showing up and butting in. I made a GIF or a video where it's basically it's Bowser and Ridley fighting, and then Guile's there because the U.S. military is there, and then the Nintendogs in the front. And that is what this movie is. The humans keep getting in the damn way of what you want to see. It was very, very annoying. So it'd be worth seeing a cut version where they just cut all the human parts and you're like, there we go. Here's what I'm going to say. Transformers, as bad as it was, gave you at least enough of the Transformers to be entertaining without the humans getting in the way at times. But this, the humans just keep getting in the damn way, and it's very frustrating. It's very annoying. I'd rather watch other Godzilla movies because of that, where you just get pure combat for a while, and then people talk, and then pure combat for a while. So, I'm back at the plan I was a year ago. So this is the plan I like. So, I was at this plan for 4 months, learned a lot, really enjoyed it there, had to go and do training at other plants. The other plants made me miserable. So for about 8 months, usually 9 or 10 months, was not happy. Was not happy at all. Still did the show and everything, but I just wasn't having much of a fun life in work. I'm back to the plan I wanted. This is the dream plan I wanted to be, and I'm having fun. I've only been back for 1 week, and I am just enjoying it, having a lot of fun. I am very happy, and that should really make things better for the channel for sure. DuckTales. So I saw the new DuckTales. You should check it out. It's actually really good. The writing's really sharp. It's very funny. The animation's really good. I've been watching with Jinx. We have like laugh out loud moments, like more than one, maybe 2 or 3 every episode. That's how good it is. It's a really good show. They also have some feels in there. And the characters just, they feel like some of them don't get fleshed out perfectly at the start, but they get fleshed out better and better as the show goes on. And there's so much nostalgia factor in here as well. There's a lot going on here. It's really good. It's a very good show. And just delves into things that just more of the lore of what DuckTales is, which is very interesting, and also just Disney stuff that hasn't been seen in a long time. So it's pretty good. They just have this wealth of just nostalgia they can dig, and also just lore they can dig in the DuckTales world. Like the fact that Huey, Dewey, and Louie have a mother. She's never mentioned in the old cartoon, but she was mentioned in the comics, and there's a lot more about her in the new version. That's really cool. Like, you can see, like, they had a mom, because everyone's got parents. But the rule of Disney is parents are always dead. They're always dead. Like, it's always, like, uncles and aunts and cousins and stuff, but there's never any parents. Like, DuckTales has no parents in it. There's none. There's a grandmother, there's uncles, there's cousins, there's brothers and sisters, but there's no parents. That's Disney in a nutshell. Who's got parents? Like, you can go all the way back to the start. Like, there's always at least maybe one parent. Like, the first thing, Snow White, she's got, like, just her dad. That's it. Bambi, he had his parents, then his mom dies in the movie, and then he's got his dad who's just never there. They eventually made a Bambi sequel where it shows Bambi hang out with his dad on occasion, away from his mother, like, just visiting rights, basically. And then they see the aftermath of the mom getting killed and the dad's reaction and everything. It's a weird movie. Like, it's like Lion King 1.5 kind of thing, what Bambi 2 is. Where it's like, here's Bambi hanging out with his dad on random occasions in the middle of Bambi 1. It's really weird. It's really weird. But you see that from the beginning. There's kids without either one or both parents. Everyone's Batman. Batman's a Disney character. Which way do you want to take it? You want to say everyone in Disney is a Batman character? Or Batman is a Disney princess? Which way do you want to go with this? That's the question right there. Ariel only has her dad. Belle only has her dad. Cinderella doesn't even have either parent. Going for the newer things. Like, yeah, freaking Frozen. We saw the parents die. Oh my god. Pixar, because they're kind of Disney from the start also, but then they were their own thing. Andy doesn't have a dad. Does not have a father. The only parents are the Incredibles, aren't they? Freaking Finding Nemo starts with the mom dying. Gets murdered by a serial killer. Like, holy crap. Like, parents die a lot in Disney movies. And I like to bring it up with parents every time. Like, so do you like showing Disney movies to your kids? I'm like, yeah, it's fun. It's like, does it ever bother you that it's always you or your wife that's dead in these movies? Like, how does that go with your kids? Like, oh, hey, I never thought of that kind of thing. It's like, yeah, the parents are always dead. Like, a lot. What the hell? Hell, Jungle Book. Parents are dead. I was thinking more Tarzan. You get to see the parents die in that. You watch the parents die in Tarzan. Lion King, the dad gets murdered. Like, there's nobody with parents besides the Incredibles. Is it only the Incredibles? Thinking, 101 Dalmatians, I guess. That's another. We got 2. Big Hero 6. Parents aren't there, just the aunt, basically Aunt May. His brother gets killed in that too. Like, oh my god, like, everybody loses their parents. Everybody loses their parents or one parent. It's just kind of ridiculous. Holy crap, Disney. It's if you just go down, if you just make a list, oh my god. That was a tangent. Let's talk about Three Kingdoms really quick. So that's going to be an LP. So Total War Three Kingdoms, I've played too much. I've already recorded 37 episodes, and that's an hour each. We're gonna cut out like load times if we can, but because the load times are long because it's a Total War game and it's like hundreds to thousands of units being put on the screen. So of course, but I've already recorded that much because I'm still doing the campaign. So we're gonna have that LP for a while. So because that's gonna replace Smash. So we will see. Well, Smash is gonna end at episode 70. We'll have done everything. We'll have 100% of the hammer board. The only thing left is going to be doing spirits. And that's just something you just do over time. Like, that's just something. We've already gotten all the legendaries for the most part besides the summonables. So most of that ground has been covered. So we won't go back to Smash until DLC happens. That's what's going to happen there. But we're going to have done it by 70 as 100%ing Smash Brothers. Holy crap. Either by hammer or by achievement. But it will be 100%. Other LPs, we're going to see Chrono Trigger sometime in July or August. We're going to see, after Chrono Trigger, we're going to see the Edgeworth game. The Edgeworth in Phoenix, right? We're going to see the Latent Phone game. I got to figure that. Oh, no, that one's not this one. It's the one after, I think. One of them's a phone game, and I'm hoping it got ported at some point, but as far as I know, it's just a phone game, so uh-oh. But it's actually... It's a spin-off, but it's still, if we want to get the count correctly, it's still a game we gotta play. So, yeah, we'll see about that. The new Kirby podcast is out today, so check that out. We're either going to do episode 20 or Pinball next. I have to see how long it'll take me to get the footage together. Because Kirby 20 is another sad episode, so I don't know if I want to touch that just yet. Well, Pinball should be pretty quick. It's a fun game. I remember Kirby Pinball being very fun, so I'll play that. I don't remember what's after Kirby Pinball. Maybe Dreamland 2 comes after Kirby Pinball. And what else as far as LPs go? Oh, right, Mario Maker 2. We'll be playing that. We'll be playing Three Houses. We'll be playing Pokemon. I'll talk about Pokemon in a little bit. And I don't know what else might show up as far as Switch goes or PC goes. We might do Wonder Song at some point if there's an opening. We are definitely doing Celeste Chapter 9. So the dude and his crew working on Celeste DLC, they're going to make a Chapter 9. It's just going to be a level pack. And then they added story to it. So like, alright, well, we're going back to that then. It also has over 100 levels. So that's a good chunk. That's a good chunk of LP right there. Need to remember, Mario Maker 2, I'm not too enthusiastic about doing a giveaway for because of the online stuff. Because I really wanted to play online with people, but apparently online's going to be random. You can't just play with friends. That is real dumb. So what we're going to do with Mario Maker 2 is most likely it's going to be a lot of just doing courses when we LP that. Three Houses, though, very hyped for that. I will do a giveaway of Three Houses. We will definitely do a giveaway of Three Houses like a month before it comes out. It comes out the week after Comic-Con, so we'll be working on that giveaway soon. Pokemon, you know for damn sure we're doing a giveaway on that. I might save up so we can do 2 giveaways. So we can do Sword and Shield. I might save up for that. I don't know if it should be two separate giveaways because people will specifically want one or the other. I don't know. But, maybe you should do two separate giveaways. I don't know. Or just the one? I'm really not sure. I'm really not sure how that should be done. But there will be a giveaway for that for sure. Anything outside of Switch? I don't know. PC stuff. What's coming out on PC? I can't think of anything. Rage 2 was the last one, big one we're gonna do on PC so far. And it was not good. Like, there's a lot of good in there, surrounded by a lot of not good in there. That's what happened with that game. And that's why we didn't LP it. I'm glad, because it made room for Three Kingdoms, which I am loving so much. Like, this LP is worth watching for many reasons. Just the ups and downs of politics, the ups and downs of combat. I pull off some amazing defenses, and I pull off some really boneheaded attacks and lose badly. So there's a lot of good and bad in there in my gameplay style that causes quite a bunch of hills and valleys. And I'll just tell you right now, eventually all of China wants Liu Bei dead. And who's playing Liu Bei? Things happen in this LP, and it's worth watching. I really enjoy it. Eventually my gameplay style becomes very a specific way, and just seeing how can I make it work on all these different situations. Because once you figure out a way to win, you utilize that and find other ways to be good at it. It's kind of just like how life is, where once you find something you're good at, you find ways to just keep utilizing that in different ways. That's just a thing that happens. Like, say, random example would be, let's just go with, there's like cooks. Like, cooks, they're really good at a certain cuisine, but if they want to grow out of that, they either just do a different spice or whatever, or they do fusions with other styles. It's kind of like that, where I've got this specific style I've developed in Total War, and then I'll do things to just make it work, or mix things up in a way that still makes it useful, but just better. That's what happens there. So, Three Kingdoms is pretty damn fun. Other LP plans, yeah, if we can fit Wonder Song, we'll do Wonder Song. Oh, Link's Awakening! We will do Link's Awakening, probably. Jinx wants me to do Link to the Past. So at some point, we gotta put in Link to the Past in the LP list, going towards Link's Awakening. So one, and then that one. So we gotta figure that out. We gotta jigger that around. We'll see how that goes. Kirby Podcast is working out. We don't have any room to do basically a podcast. If we do it, I gotta edit it. I don't know what we're gonna do with that one. Because I still kind of want to do it, but we're just getting more booked because of life. So we'll see about that one. And we still want to do the Gundam abridged. The question is also just, where do we have the time to do that? Life happens, work happens, and those abridges take a long time after all. Look at Dragon Ball abridged. Those take months to come out. Like, yeah, so, or even years at some points, or a year at some point. So it does take a while for them to come out. But I still want to do it because it'll be a way to grow voices, and just because making fun of Gundam Wing Abridged would be fun. There's so many just random jokes to make that would be great, and just random ideas to put in there that I cannot wait to do. And someday we'll do them. It's one of those projects that we definitely got to do, that we want to do. It's just, where's the time for it? Because things just keep showing up and getting in the way. Okay, all that's left is Pokemon. So, Pokemon's the dynamic system with the balls, that's ridiculous. Okay, that's one way to innovate. Since we're going bigger and better from the Game Boy to the Switch, okay, that's one way to go about it. All right. Real quick, my character will be the beret girl. There's no way I'm not going to play her. She just looks like the funnest one to be, just visual-wise. If I could do a Scottish girl accent, I would. There's no way I can, so that's not going to happen, but it'd be hilarious if I could do one. Oh my god, I wish I could do one, but there's no way. Even a Scottish dude accent. Maybe I should take some classes. There are resources online to learn accents. But oh my god, how racist would learning that accent be? Oh my god. So the interesting thing was Sonya and Wooloo. And as far as I know, Wooloo is just way up there compared to Sonya. People really grabbed onto Wooloo. It's a very, very cute sheep Pokemon. So yeah, alright, yeah. Really cute. My TL has been blessed. I've seen literally hundreds of drawings and sculptures. Like, some people are making sculptures of this freaking Pokemon. It's a sheep Pokemon with 2 braids, and it's just the cutest, most friendliest looking thing. And the funny thing is, in this information, is that they don't like combat, so they just roll away. It's like, that's funny. And then there's Sonya, the new trainer. I'm not trainer, the assistant. So we finally get a lady professor. Like, it's always been dudes every time. Professor Oak, Professor Oak's cousin, and all the other ones. And now we get a lady. So everyone's happy about that. And then there's a lady assistant. I think this is a second lady assistant. There's one before in another Pokemon. And so people are really gravitating towards her as well. And obvious drawings are happening of her. But as far as I can tell, Wooloo's just number 1. Like, Wooloo got a lot. Like, Sonya's the new Wick. Wick got a lot of attention when Wick first got introduced, but then Wick's just not really in the game all that much. While this character, being an assistant, will be in the game quite a bit. What I'm happy about, at least from what I've seen, is that it's not random battles anymore in a way. It's the Pokemon are on the field and you can go get to them. And that's something people have imagined and wanted since maybe just Pokemon Red and Blue and Green and Yellow. Like, way back then, the idea of, what if they were just on the field? You just go up to them. Like, Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee did that. And it looks like they're doing that in this. And, like, that's cool. I'm happy with that. That looks great. It's very interesting having raid battles. I already know me and Jinx are going to try to force a 2-player raid battle if that's a thing you can do. Because randos will ruin things. But that's, like, when it comes out in November, we playing it and everything. If other viewers are playing it, we can try to do raid battles as a group. That could be really fun. That would be really great. I'd like that. Oh, one more thing. This episode's all over the place. I made a list, but I jumped all over the list because I did not make a priority of the list. We're doing hardcores right now, before we do Chrono Trigger. So hardcore is going to be the Mario Brothers series, so Super Mario Brothers 1, Lost Levels 2, 3, Super Mario World. I'm also going to do Punch-Out 1, the original Punch-Out. Did a hardcore on that as well. Just doing that, doing something different before we do Chrono Trigger. That's what's happening there. Chrono Trigger's going to be in, like, July. And Chrono Trigger should be a lot of fun, and oh god, the voices for them. I've been debating if we should just do a video or a stream of us figuring out what the voices should be. Maybe a stream, then the stream video gets put on the main channel as we're figuring out the voices. But, like, and also, just regular voice for Chrono. Just saying things as Chrono. Robo is, of course, a Robo voice, and we've seen that in Phoenix Wright, where I do Robo voices. Luke has got to be something. Something girly, but not... Like, I'm going to probably try for Velma, because why not? Meryl is, of course, Valley Girl. I've considered making Toad country bumpkinish, or very nighty. I'm not sure which. The King is probably going to get the Reinhardt voice or the Judge voice. The King's not in it a lot, but he's in there enough at the start for that voice. Ozymandias. Ozzy's getting Ostaska guy, or in more recent time, Missile. That's who it's going to be. Something Edgeworthy's going to be Magus, for sure. Who else is there? There's another dude. I know, there's another lady, not dude. Lady, and her name is... Isla? The Cave Woman. I remember her name right now. There's her as well, so... her voice will be to be determined, because I don't remember. And then there's the bike guy. The bike guy is going to be, obviously, kind of like Monster Truck Rally guy. That's what that's going to be for sure. But we'll figure all that out later on. We're not there yet. But that might be a fun video to do. Like, everyone meets up and see what voices people kind of want, or just feels right, just hammer it out, and that might be fun. I think that'll be really fun, really. Although some voices just spontaneously come up when we do these LPs, so there's that as well. And that could be fun as well. Especially with whatever side story characters and things like that. Should be a lot of fun. Should be great. That's everything. This was a very disjointed list. I gotta do better on that. Because I didn't really want to do some big topic this week, because it's really rough right now. There's just so much going on in politics and with Pride Month, and there's so many things that could be talked about that just be a can of worms for a lot of things. And just don't have that right now because E3's here, so better to talk about games, I feel. Although next week will be better for E3 because it'll be after all of it's talked about. But that right there is the vlog. I have fun talking, but fun watching and listening. That's what it's all about, isn't it? Having fun. Come by and see you next time.